hi guys. Um, I've seen some South African celebrities or South African personalities that use um, YouTube Live usually take some time before what like to let people come in. I don't know if maybe I usually jump the gun by wanting to go right into it or what, but we're gonna give it a few seconds. Let's say when it hits 1 minute, that's when we're gonna start talking and conversing. But how are you guys? I'm great. I had a good start to the week, a very positive start to the week. I'm feeling like I woke up this morning feeling like my life is finally in a much better place compared to the past few months. Um, we've hit the 1 minute mark, so we're gonna get right into today's message. Hi guys, my name is Dipuka Moleboge. On this platform, I go by the name Barbs because Dipuka is a better representation of the woman I am in this season, especially. So, tonight we're going to be talking about how God has the power to recalibrate your mind and change your habits. That's what we're going to be talking about. And I've seen it for myself. Guys, can I get I'm the witness. Can I get another witness? But I am the major witness in the case of God being able to transform um, the way you do things, essentially. So let me take you guys back. So I grew up in a household that wasn't necessarily strict. Um, my mom was strict. I mean, people that I grew up with will tell you that my mom was strict in terms of things like going out at night, going to parties. Like, I didn't party until I was in university. And a lot of people I knew started partying when they were like in high school. Bayabo, beach party, things like that. I never got to experience that. So that's where my mom's strictness was. But things like waking up and making your bed were never things that were habits that were embedded in me as a child. It's funny, I just read somebody's status talking about how, like, when they went to school, without making that bed, their mom would, like, wait for them or would, like, tell people that, hey, the, like, if you should invite somebody to the house, I will take them to your room so that they can see the mess you made. I didn't experience that. And this is not, don't even get me wrong, any of this is not to out my mother. She's an incredible mother who raised an incredible woman, as you can see, as you can hear, even the way I speak and express myself. It's all her. So, but she didn't necessarily have that aspect of forcing us to wake up in the morning, make your bed, wash the dishes, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. So I moved out and started living on my own about 2 years ago, and um, I think it was like, how can I say? I think it was slowly developing where I was like, you know what? Especially this year, where I was like, you know what? I really want to take full control of the woman I am, and I want to be organized in almost everything that I am. There are certain limitations that are there, especially due to the fact that I have undiagnosed, that I think I have undiagnosed ADHD. So I can't be as organized as I would love to be. But there was a point where I said to myself, I desire to be able to um, consistently have a clean kitchen, a clean room, without clothes everywhere, without dishes from yesterday. I was like, no, if I'm gonna have a cute apartment, it must be cute and clean. So, if you remember a few lives ago, I spoke about when how at some point when I was like when my mental health was just really down, I started reading Proverbs 31, and I was like, this seems way impossible, but I aspire to be a Proverbs 31 woman. Like, it seems way out of reach, but I think I can do this. I think if I just trust, he can transform me into even just a fragment of a Proverbs 31 woman. So I prayed, or rather, I read that verse like a couple of times. Um, I read that that verse about a couple of times, and I I I I then, upon reading it, I'm so sorry that the volume is loud. I will. I don't know how to turn it up. I'll just try and speak louder. So I read that verse a couple of times, the Proverbs 31 verse, like a couple of days. I read it consistently, like I think about 3, 4, 5 days straight. I read it and read it and read it. And then very soon after, I started noticing changes in my life. It was like what I was reading started, like, how can I say, it it stuck in my mind, like subconsciously. And that's what I think that the Bible does. Like, the more you read it, the more you read it every day, subconsciously you align yourself with what you're being commanded to do, or rather what you're being told, or how you're being told a Christian must live their life. That's why you're encouraged to read it every day. You know what I'm saying? So um, I just think that there's a certain psychology that happens where when it comes to like being a Christian, or like there's a certain psychology that comes with reading the Bible, or the way it influences your psychology. Um, and the one of the things that I have here is a verse from 2 Corinthians 5:17, which says, "Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come, the old one has gone," which is essentially what I think happened to me, because a lot of the changes that happened in my life happened post Christ. I can only call it before Christ, post Christ, yeah. Now, when I was now born again, that's when a lot of things became very intentional. I became very intentional with a lot of things. So essentially, that's what they're talking about when they're saying the old creation, um, the old has gone and a new creation has come. So cleanliness is next to godliness. So that's one of the things that I ended up developing. Because you get to a point where, as you're reading, you're just like, hey guys, I need to be so much better than I ever have been in my life. Um, and another thing, if we're talking about this topic of how God can change your habits, one of the ways that I saw God change my habits very early on, and this is before I became like a consistent Christian, um, is the verse, yeah, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, in Philippians. So I used to be, I don't know if I can say I was shy. I think I had stage fright. Like, I wasn't good at speaking in public. I was more good at expressing myself, maybe like with people around me, but in like public settings I wasn't good at it. So I remember I had the desire to, though. I was like, I can do this, I can actually do this, but physically it scares me. So I don't know if I can call it a habit per se, but I was able to use the I can do anything through Christ that strengthens me verse to recalibrate my mind. As in, every time before I had a public engagement, I would literally chant that verse. I would literally chant it. Like, I can do everything through Christ that strengthens me. I can do everything through Christ that strengthens me. I can do it. Until I would feel confident, if I may say, and I'd be able to actually get up on stage and do what I need to do and get off. So, so yeah, that's just basically when I talk about how Christ, the Bible, verses, all of these things can recalibrate your brain and change your habits and change your and make you do things that you never thought you'd be able to do, conquer fear, things like that. That's what I mean. So that is what I wanted to talk about today. I am finished. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys again tomorrow on tomorrow's live. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about something else, and let them know that right here we love God, and we're trying to contribute to a generation where young people can love God as passionately as is possible. So yeah, um, there's no brainwashing is happening here. We are not brainwashed. It's when you experience it for yourself, you'll begin to understand it well. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you again tomorrow.